Okay, this video is being recorded on June the 22nd, so it's the most recent video you'll be able to watch when it drops. I'm going to drop this pretty much the day after. And I want you to understand that all of the videos that you see dropping daily, all of the videos that you see dropping recently are recorded months ago. They are old, they've been recorded months in advance because I like to keep my schedule free and open, right? So I want to really address a lot of the things that I talk about, the way that I market myself on the internet, my message, what I truly want for young men and what I truly want for the youth, and what I genuinely believe, who I am as a person, basically, deep down. I want to truly put this out to the world, and so you guys understand and you guys really understand what my message is, because I don't want it to get misunderstood or misinterpreted, right? I want to make this very, very concise. So please just take some time to listen. If you care about me, if you know me in person, if you just care about my opinion, just please listen, because it's going to be very insightful. And it will also make sure that any negative criticism that you may see me getting, you understand, because you know who I truly am, right? Anyone that knows me in person well enough will know who I really am, will know my true values, will know that I try to be a gentleman and I try and be respectful and positive and polite and kind and loving to the people around me. Now, I understand sometimes I come across as quite arrogant on my videos and egotistical maybe, and patronizing sometimes. Part of this is done on purpose to some extent, because you must understand my audience is very masculine dominated. It's 97% masculine, right? 97% male. And if I was to talk to men, a lot of the times to get them to listen, they need that tough love. They need that military level speaking to. Sometimes men that are addicted to porn, you have to understand, put yourself in a man's shoes who's addicted to porn. Hopefully this isn't you, so hopefully you can just genuinely imagine this. But if you are one of those men, you'll understand what I'm saying and why this is so true. If you are a man that's addicted to porn, you're sat there, you feel like a loser. No girl wants you. You feel just done with life. You feel this depressing dark cloud over your life. You might need somebody to just tell you, listen, this is what you're fucking capable of. Listen to me, get off your ass, do some push-ups. Some men need that. A lot of men need that. The majority of men need that. So I don't want you guys to take my aggressiveness, let's say, my kind of, firmness. I don't want you to take it as if I'm talking down on you ever. I want the absolute best for anybody that watches my videos. I never ever want to disrespect people. I know sometimes I may come across as judgmental. I know sometimes I may come across as if I'm trying to portray my way of living onto anyone else. I really don't want that, and that's why I'm saying the videos that you see are old, and I'm still learning myself. I'm still evolving. I'll touch on that towards the end of the video. I want to speak about women. I want to speak about what I genuinely believe my message is when it comes to women and what men should do with women, okay? Because obviously I'm talking to young men, I'm advising young men on how to navigate through life, and I believe that my message is being misinterpreted. When I tell you guys to be a playboy, okay, and you see the way that I market, I use the words playboy, I understand how people that don't watch the actual video, if they just scroll and they'll see the thumbnails of all the girls in it, they'll see the message with being a playboy and all this kind of stuff. I understand how people that don't watch it and people that don't truly know me, I understand how I can perceive that as he's a player, or he's cheating, or he's deceiving, or he's a dick to women. I understand how that can be perceived like that, right? I want to make very, very clear that I've never ever once said anywhere in real life or in a YouTube video or on the internet at all that you should, as a young man, lie to a girl, that you should cheat on a girl, that you should deceive a woman. I've never ever ever preached any of these things. I think it's degenerate, I think it's scummy, and I think it's just childish. I'm a fully grown man, I'm 21 years old, and like I said, I'm still learning. However, I've been raised in a way to be a gentleman. I've been raised in a respectful and polite and kind way. I don't want you guys to get the wrong message. When I tell you to go through a playboy phase, and I always say that, I never say be a playboy, I say go through a playboy phase. Now, what I mean by this, and I've said this multiple times, I mean when you are a single man, when you have no girl that you are in love with and you're committed to and you genuinely care about, when you have no girl like that and you're just going through life, you're just doing your thing, you're enjoying yourself, when you are single, my message is for young men that have no experience with women, go and experience women. Go and learn to talk to them first and foremost before we start focusing on the more vulgar things. Go and learn to just speak to more women. You have to understand, if anyone's watching this video and you don't understand my message and you're quite misinterpreted, you have to understand that young men have it very, very difficult. Most young men can't even build up the courage to say hello to a girl that they find attractive. Now, don't you agree that's not really a nice way of living? That's quite depressing, right? Knowing that you're too scared to say hello to a girl that you find attractive is very depressing. So my message is for these young guys that are like 18, 19, 20, maybe my age, etc., is go out there and just go and experience that. Go and say hello to multiple different women. Go and, start to have fun with multiple different women in different ways, in intimate ways, you know. Be a bit, for better words, a bit of a man-ho. Now, when I say be a hoe, I do not mean that you lie. I don't mean that you cheat. I don't mean that you're actually a player, that you're playing these women, that you're lying to them and telling them, you're the only one for me, you're my girlfriend, I'm committed to you, and then you're sleeping with other girls. That's just degenerate. You're just a pussy, basically. I'm not trying to be disrespectful, right? I want to keep this as formal and respectful as possible. But if you have to lie to a girl, if you have to deceive a girl to keep her in your life, that's just embarrassing. I don't recommend you do that. I've never ever preached that. Please, young men, do not take my message in the wrong way. I absolutely love women and I love feminine energy and I respect women. I think that literally one of the most beautiful things on the planet. Thank you, bro. And I don't think you should disrespect that. I don't think you should lie to them. Why would you ever want to do that to anyone anyway? Let alone just women, just people in general. It's not about being an alpha male. It's not about being a playboy. It's just about being a good person and then having fun while you're doing it. When I talk to you boys and I say go for a playboy phase, low battery, it's gonna die, great. I mean, go and have fun. Go and be a hoe. Go and sleep with different girls each night. Go and go to the clubs. Go and learn to pick up girls. Go and learn to attract girls. Go and learn to talk to them. Go and learn game, whatever you want to call it. Go and learn this stuff just so you feel confident in yourself around the opposite sex. And just so you actually know how to talk to a girl, you know how to treat a woman. Because then one day when you run into the girl, which is inevitable, I know a lot of you guys are like, I never want to catch feelings. You have this very toxic, unhealthy mindset towards love. Me personally, I think love's the most beautiful thing on earth. Genuinely is one of the most beautiful things you can experience. Love and being in a committed relationship with one person, being loyal to that one girl that you know inside out, she knows you inside out, you share that beautiful bond together. That is priceless. And that all the hoes, the playboy lifestyle doesn't compare to that. Absolutely not. So when you inevitably meet a girl that you fall in love with and that you genuinely really, really like, wouldn't it be better for you as a man especially, you know, in the masculine role, you must learn to lead. You must be able to lead your woman. You must be able to take care of her, to protect her, to provide for her, to give her what she wants in a relationship. How are you going to know how to do that if you have no experience with women? Now, you don't have to go crazy in the playboy phase and be a complete, like, hoe, but just at least get a bit of experience, right? So when you do meet a girl that you really genuinely care about, you really love this girl, you know what to do. You know how to speak to her. You know how to handle her emotional roller coaster and mood swings. You know that when she's upset, when she ignores you, when she ignores your text, it's not something that you've maybe done wrong. She might just be in a bad mood. She might just be overthinking something. Maybe you have done something wrong. But again, if you can understand female psychology, if you can understand how women respond to you and your actions, and maybe certain things that you say can cause her to think insecure thoughts, you understand this stuff, you'll know how to handle it. You won't be sitting there thinking, why are you so sensitive? Why do you always get upset? Why do you do this? You'll understand. I know why she's crying right now. I know why she's upset. I know exactly why. So instead of being weird about it and asking her all these questions and just confusing her mind even more, you can just go over there, go and give her a hug, go and give her a kiss, make her feel loved, reassure her that she's the only girl for you. Women are very, very insecure. A lot of girls are very insecure and they just need that reassurance. They've been fucked over. They've been played. They have genuinely been played. And I don't want you boys to be a part of that. I don't want you boys to be going around leaving bad imprints on women. Don't ever do that. I want every single girl that I come into contact with, every single person that I come into contact with, to view me in a positive way. I don't want to ever disrespect or be mean or be a dick to nobody. It's just not what I'm about. And I know sometimes in my videos I come across as arrogant, or I might come across as a bit of a dick. I completely understand that. Now, like I said, part of it is marketing. I do part of it. It's the internet game. The internet is not real life. I don't want you boys to go around thinking that everything you see on there is the truth. I don't want you guys to blindly follow all the advice you hear, even from me. Take everything with a pinch of salt and apply it to your life. If it works for you, great. If it doesn't, don't listen to it. But just because somebody's successful doesn't mean you have to blindly follow them. Doesn't mean you have to listen to every single word they say and implement it into your life. Absolutely not. The internet is not real life. A lot of the guys that you see talking about these kind of things, mental health and girls and all this kind of stuff, they're fucked up. They're toxic. They have an unhealthy view of relationships. They've been cheated on once and now they hate women. I never advise you guys to hate women ever. I don't ever advise this. Love women. Completely love. Don't hold yourself up to love. Show as much love as you want to the girl. Obviously, don't disrespect yourself. Don't be taken for granted, you know. But my main message to young men is, yeah, just get some experience with girls. Be confident in yourself. Learn how to treat a woman. But also, don't lie to them. Don't deceive them. Don't be disrespectful. Ever. Don't ever cheat on a girl. There is no excuse. Absolutely no excuse. If you love a girl, if you genuinely are committed with a girl and you've made her your girlfriend, even if you've not, even if you're in an unofficial relationship, but you guys are very, very close, you're pretty much in love at this point, don't go around sleeping with other girls. Or if you are, at least tell her beforehand so she knows what she's getting into. But when it comes to that relationship, when it comes to you making her your girlfriend, that is a million times better than going off and cheating just because you feel horny, giving in to temporary pleasure just because, oh, well, in the moment I felt like it. You're going to really throw away something that could be so beautiful for a temporary pleasure. It's not worth it at all. And I never ever preach this to anyone. Do not misconstrue my message. Don't take it in the wrong way. Everything that you see is marketing. Everything that you see is done for attention, to get views, to funnel people in for the real message. When I use words like playboy, when I use words like Chad and alpha male and all these like cringy internet terms, it is done to get attention, because that is what young men are fixated on. Girls, money, success, all of this kind of stuff. Being a playboy, having loads of girlfriends. They're fixated on this kind of stuff, right? But I don't advise it, and I never have. Don't ever cheat. Don't ever lie. That's women sorted, right? That's the women's side of things. Do not be a player, basically, is my summary, okay? I've never done that myself. I've never ever cheated on a girl in my entire life. I don't recommend you do either. There's no point. Now, in terms of myself and who I am and how I present myself, you must understand that we all have different sides. And now when I'm talking to you, you're obviously my boy. So I'm going to talk to you in sometimes an aggressive way, sometimes maybe an arrogant way. Maybe it'll come across like that. I'm completely aware of that. Now, I'm still learning myself. I don't mean to present myself arrogantly. I don't mean to be patronizing. I don't mean to come across as a dick. Obviously, just like you, I have different sides of myself as well. I've got a loving and caring side. I've got a soft side. I've got an aggressive side. I've got a killer side, I'd like to say, right? I've got all of that just all rolled into one. That's what makes me who I am. Now, obviously, depending on the situation I'm in, depending on the environment that I'm in, I'm going to show different sides. If I'm walking down the street and somebody tries to attack me and my family, I'm not going to showcase my soft side, am I? But then if I'm laying in bed with my girl, I'm not going to showcase my aggressive side. So that's just understanding genuine human nature. And I don't think people wrap their heads around this. They'll see one side of me and just assume, oh, he's a dick, which is understandable. First impressions are very important, but just think a bit deeper than that. Try and understand what it is that I'm trying to do here, okay? Now, all the videos that you see that are going to drop recently, yes, they'll still have maybe a touch of arrogance. You'll see as the videos progress how I kind of evolve as a human. We're all evolving together. This is why I say in the description of my channel, I'm showcasing the raw, authentic nature of what it means to be human. I don't want to hide myself. I don't want to lie. I'm not going to delete the old videos because, oh, I've evolved and I'm a different version of myself now, or because I've learned something. I'm not going to delete them. I'm going to keep them there. I'm not going to hide my past. Yeah, if I came across as arrogant or dickish or patronizing, I'm not going to hide it. That's how I was at that moment. My ego maybe got a bit ahead of me, whatever it may be. Maybe I got a bit too arrogant. Maybe I got carried away with the whole attention thing and the marketing thing. I'm willing to put my hands up and admit that. But you'll see as the time goes on how I evolve, and I just want you to understand what my true message is. I don't want you to misinterpret it or take it in the wrong way. Don't ever lie to girls. It's mainly focused on the women thing, because I know a lot of you guys are messaging me about that. Like, oh, should I have multiple girlfriends? And I'm like, well, bro, what do you mean by girlfriends? And they're like, well, should I tell girls that I'm committed to them and then have like loads of other ones on the side? No, absolutely not. What kind of question is that? No. If you want, listen, I'm not trying to tell you what to do. If you want to do what you want. You are your own man. You can do what you want. You can ask me for advice. You can take my advice from my YouTube videos, from my coaching, from other people. But ultimately, you are your own man. And if you're walking through the world trying to just blindly follow what I tell you to do, you're never going to have that critical thinking, right? Do what you want. If that's what you want to do, go and do it. But it's not from me. I would never, ever tell anyone to be disrespectful towards women, to cheat on women, to lie to women, or anything of that sort, okay? I want to showcase some different sides to myself on this YouTube. I'm going to start letting you guys in a bit more into my personal life and my home life and how I am at home with my family and stuff like that, and maybe with my girl and things. I want to just showcase different sides to me so you can get to know that, like, all of me, not just the military, do push-ups, not just that side. That's a part of me. That's not a persona. It's not fake. That is a part of me. But that part that you usually see on the videos that are dropping recently, there's a bee on the phone, well, fuck off. That part will come out when I'm in a masculine dominated environment, when I'm in the gym, when I'm boxing, when I'm stuff like that's when that aggressiveness comes out. And I think as a man, you have to have a level of aggressiveness. You have to have a level of, or a capability of badness within you in order to be a man. How are you going to protect your girl when you're walking down the street if you're just soft, if you only have a soft side? Everything in life needs balance, right? But I hope you can take this message. I hope you really have understood what it is I want. I just want the best for men. I want them to be confident. I want them to be strong. I want them to be self-sufficient and independent and relying on themselves rather than other people. I want them to look after the people around them, to be safe, healthy, both mentally, physically, spiritually, sexually. In every realm, I want them to be the best version of themselves. That's it. And I also want them to understand that life can be so beautiful and joyous if they simply perceive it in that way. You know, I don't want guys walking around hating women, thinking that women are the enemy because, oh, they only want guys that are 6 foot or that are millionaires. It's not like that. I don't want guys hating on women. I don't want guys hating on themselves. I want the best for men, and that is my genuine message. If you see me doing things in a way that goes against that, or that doesn't really tie into that, or seems kind of hypocritical, or contrary to what I'm saying here, it's either old, and I've evolved since then, or it's simply just done for marketing. So the Playboy thing, again, prime example. It's just done for marketing. People will click on that because it's like, oh, Playboy, oh, it's interesting. Oh my God, this guy gets loads of girls. That's what men want, girls. It's all they think about day to day is just women, girls, girls, girls. I have to learn and play upon that. So if you're not clued up with the internet game, just please understand I'm not doing things. I'm not saying it's not the real me, but it's not all me. A lot of things are over exaggerated or done on purpose to get attention. When I say things like, why do I get so many girls in my titles and stuff? I'm not actually that arrogant. I don't walk around thinking, oh, I'm the fucking big man. You know, I'm not like that. And if you know me in person, you'll know this, right? But my internet persona can sometimes be misinterpreted. I just want to make that very, very clear. The women's side of things, always be a gentleman, always be respectful, always look after them, keep them safe, take care of them, don't lie to them. If you love a girl, and this is another thing, I want to talk about the whole alpha male stuff, right? If you love a girl, show her that you love her. Give her that attention, give her that affection, make her feel secure in your presence. Reassure her. I don't want you guys to go around thinking you have to be cold, you have to be disrespectful, you have to be a dick to women in order to keep them attracted to you. That's absolutely not how it works at all, especially with girls that like you. If a girl likes you and you're cold towards her, that's going to cause her to be insecure. It's not going to make her like you even more. So just please understand female psychology, understand the way the female brain works, understand the emotional mood swings, educate yourself on it rather than hating on them because you don't understand it. Does that make sense? Don't perceive my message in a negative way. Don't just look at the titles and the thumbnails and think that you know what my message is about. Please watch the actual video. Please actually take in the words that I'm saying and don't misinterpret them, okay? Now, I think that's all that has to be said, to be honest. We've covered the women thing. I think that's one of the most important things. In terms of fitness, yes, obviously, I want you guys to be strong. I want you guys to feel good in your own bodies. I want you guys to look in the mirror and feel proud of yourself. I want you guys to wake up every day fit and strong, genuinely believing you're going to live the next 120 years. Like, I don't want you guys worrying about shit that doesn't have to worry you. I don't want you guys negatively walking through the world just not enjoying life. Life is here to be experienced and to be enjoyed. I don't want my boys that watch me to walk around with this negative perception or hostile perception on the world. Ever. That's my message to young men. And I think that's all I have to cover, to be honest. In terms of me as an individual, please just understand with an open mind when you watch my videos that I'm constantly still evolving. I'm still a young lad. I'm 21 years old. Now, yes, I've got a lot to say. As you probably know, I chat a lot of shit. I talk a lot. But I think that's just because I've just got a lot of life experience. I've gone through a lot. I don't think that you should determine wisdom based upon age, but I think you should determine wisdom based upon experience, right? And I've been through a lot of shit and I've been through a lot of good and I've learned a lot from both sides of the spectrum, and I want to help young men. I look around me and I see young men all the time in the gym, you know, and they're just starting out in life. They remind me of my younger self, you know. They're trying to build their body, they're trying to work on themselves, they're not confident, they can't really make eye contact. I will literally go up to these guys and make them feel so appreciated, so acknowledged. These guys don't get that. They're walking through and then they're seeing this shit on the internet, this negativity on the internet. They're walking into the gym thinking that no woman's ever going to want them. They're hating women in their head, thinking, oh, that stupid bitch over there, she'll never want me, so I'm going to hate her. Like, they have such a negative perception on the world. I don't want this for young men. This is why I'm doing what I'm doing. I'm not trying to do it to show, oh, look how cool I am. Look at all the women I've got. None of that shit. Now, just to be very, very clear about the women thing, one more time for anyone that doesn't understand. When I'm single, when I am a single man, when I do not have a girl that I want to commit myself to, I like to indulge in a bit of a hoe lifestyle. I like to go and have fun. I like to just go clubbing and go and experience, you know, having fun with women, let's say. When I find a girl that I want to commit myself to, please stop interrupting, mate. When I find myself a girl I want to commit myself to, I am loyal, nothing but loyal. I want to make that very, very clear. I want to drill that into your brain. Don't ever think that I promote this stuff that you may see on the internet where it's telling you to cheat on your girl and tell your girl, listen, I'm going to sleep with loads of other girls and there's nothing you can do about it because I'm a high value man, I'm an alpha male. What the fuck is that? I don't preach that, ever, okay? Don't ever lie, don't ever cheat, don't ever disrespect your woman. Look after her, she's your fucking girl. Why would you want to cheat on her anyway? Bro, if I fall in love with a girl, no other girl interests me. I'm repulsed by other women. I look at these girls and think, yeah, but you're not my girl. Nah, you're not my girl. They just don't interest me. They are completely I don't understand how guys can literally fall in love with a girl, love a girl, and then just cheat on her, lie to her, genuinely hurt her like that emotionally. How the fuck? Like, I get the sexual part of it. Yes, you may get sexual temptations. I'm not going to lie. The male brain is evolutionary designed to want sex. Evolutionary, that's what we are just biologically programmed to do, is just get sex, right? To keep the cycle of life going. That is what we're motivated by. But this does not mean that you have to be so impulsively controlled that you're willing to sacrifice your long-term relationship, the girl that you're in love with. You're willing to sacrifice that just because you feel horny. That, to me, I've never agreed with that. Even when I started to get into this space on the internet and I started to learn about how other guys see in the world, I don't ever agree with the whole thing of like, yeah, you should have like 9 different girlfriends and you could just sleep with as many. Like, I don't get that. When I'm single, yeah, I'll do that. When I'm single, I'll sleep with, I don't care, right? But when I meet a girl that I'm in love with, that's all I care about. I don't give a fuck about no other random girl. No chance. So that is my message when it comes to the women. When it comes to your health, obviously I want the best for you. Other than that, when it comes to me as a person, just understand I'm still learning, I'm still growing. So the things that you see, take them with a pinch of salt, take them with an open mind. Don't just perceive it all as, oh, that is the way to do it. Luke said it, so that must be the way to do it. And that goes with anyone. That goes with Andrew Tate. That goes with Hamza. That goes with any of these YouTubers that you watch that do similar things to myself. Take their information with a grain of salt. See if it works for you and your personality and who you are as an individual, and then apply it to the real world. If it works for you, great. If it doesn't, then don't worry about it. There's not a set way of doing anything in this world. There's no rules. I'm just simply teaching you what I believe. I'm just simply showing you my perception on the world. You can choose whether or not it works for you. I'm simply not even teaching you. I'm just talking to you about lessons that I may have learned in certain situations I've been through, so you don't really have to make the same mistakes that I made. That's all that I'm doing. I'm not trying to tell you how to live. I know sometimes my old videos may have come across in that way. Don't masturbate, don't do this, don't do that. And I'm aware of how that was coming across, right? I get it. But like I say now, if you want to masturbate, go masturbate, bro. But I just don't recommend it. I think that you are much better equipped as a man, especially. You'll feel much more confident in yourself. You'll feel much more better about your life in general. And just your perception of women will be much better if you don't sit at home masturbating all day. If you go out there and you just learn to actually speak to real women and you have a very beautiful connection with a real girl, I think that is a lot more beneficial than just sitting at home by yourself with your imagination. I mean, if you enjoy that every now and then, cool, do it. But just please don't take life in such an extremist kind of way of like, I have to do this or I have to do that. And don't take my videos in such an extremist way either. Well, Luke said it, so I've got to do it now because Luke's successful in this area. So if I want to be successful in that area, I've got to do it. Like, no, there is no set way of doing it. Okay? Just please keep that in mind. I hope I've articulated myself in a way that you can understand. I hope I can really get my true message across. I don't want any bad on anybody. I only want positivity for the world. It's all I ever want. It's all I ever want to preach. I don't recommend you guys ever, treat people with any negative intent. And the reason I'm making this is because I've noticed that a lot of people in my personal life, whether they're doing it in a way that is either in a jokey way, like with the lads, maybe they'll say something like this, or whether it's in a way with they're genuinely being serious. I've noticed a lot of people think that I'm a player. They think, and that's understandable, I get it, because of the videos and the way I present myself. But if they watch the actual video, they'll realize I never ever once have ever said to you boys, be a player in terms of lie to girls, cheat on girls. I've never said that. I've said you should go through a playboy phase, which basically means when you're single, and I've explained this a million times, when you are single, you have fun, but you don't lie. I've always said this. Now, I've had male friends in my life, lads, and they'll say to me like, oh, how are your 9 girlfriends or something? Like, they'll do it in like a jokey way. They'll say something like that. Or they'll say like, I hope you're not lying to women. I hope you're not cheating on, like, they'll say it as kind of like a poke, like a jokey poke. Like, oh, you're not disrespecting women again, are you? And I'm like, bro, what even, like, I get it because it's kind of like a joke, it's kind of like an alpha male joke, but I don't want people to perceive me in that way. Never, ever. I'm an absolute gentleman. I make sure of that. I'm an absolute gentleman. I always make sure of that. I want to make sure that the woman that I'm with, whether that's a long-term relationship or whether I'm single and I'm just, you know, having my fun, I always make sure I take care of them. I always make sure they're looked after. Especially if you are my girl. If you are my girl and I'm committing myself to you, you're going to get a very, very good life. You don't have anything to worry about. So, just want to make that very clear. I want to make sure that you don't perceive me as a player. If you are watching this and you're like 15 and you're looking up to me and you want to live a lifestyle like mine, or you want to learn to attract girls or whatever it may be, I want you to understand that I've never advised you to be a player. Please remember my words as I speak this. Don't do that, okay? So the coaching's down below if you want to learn more from me. And like I said, I'm always evolving. So every single day that goes by, I've got new knowledge to just pound onto the internet. But yeah, man, look after yourself, stay safe, go and do your push-ups, go and get some sunshine, or don't. Do whatever you want, man. Again, I'm not pushing my way onto you. You do what you want. Just go and enjoy your life. That's the main point. Go and experience things. Go and enjoy it while you're experiencing things. Go and build your mission. Go and build your empire, your purpose, your body, whatever it may be. Just go and experience the world, okay? Don't take it too seriously, man. I know this video is a bit more low energy. It was a bit more calm than I usually am, and I did that on purpose. I want to make sure that, you know, I'm toning things down a little bit. A lot of the time when I shout at you, it's just because it's windy and there's a lot of shit going on around me because I'm outside and I want to make sure you can hear me. But I don't want you to think I'm a dick, basically, is what I'm trying to say. I don't want to come across in an arrogant way. So I want to showcase all the different sides to me. Sometimes, admittedly, yes, I do get arrogant. I walk in somewhere and I think I'm just a big man. I think I'm the best. I think it's normal as a man. I think every man has that sometimes. Every man will walk into a club one day and just think like, yeah, I'm the fucking shit. I think every now and then maybe it's good to tap into that. But if it starts to become who you are, that's when it can become negative, right? So just a little side tangent there. But yeah, look after yourself, man. Take care.